What's going on, everybody? Harrison Graham here with another episode of Chicago Bears Now. We got a lot to get into. Ben Johnson, I want to react to a few things he hit on during his press conference today. We got the latest Bears and Eagles injury news, including potentially a key Eagle not playing that wasn't really on our radar. We'll dive into all that here on today's show. But we got a little subscriber battle going on this week between now and kickoff on Friday. Bears Now versus Eagles Now. You guys have brought the juice this week. We got a 271 to 109 subscriber lead on Chase Sr. and the Eagles boys. Let's keep it rolling. Let's win off the field so the boys can win on the field. If you want free and daily Bears content every single day, we got you covered. All right, Ben Johnson sounding off on a few different topics, including the left tackle position. Obviously, Ozzie Trapillo got his first career start for the injured Theo Benedict last week. What is that going to look like this week? Here's what Ben Johnson had to say on Ozzie Trapillo first. He says, it's almost like things have slowed down for him in the last 4 weeks or so. I feel it in the building. He's coming out of his shell a little bit. He's not a rookie anymore as far as I'm concerned. He knows he belongs. He's got confidence. Doesn't matter if it's on the right side or the left side. He was later asked, who will start? If Theo's healthy, do you go back to Theo Benedict or will it be Ozzie Trapillo? He said, quote, we'll see. So I think this is going to be pretty interesting. My guess is Ozzie gets another start. Theo was banged up last week. Now, he was a full participant today. We'll get to the injury report later on. But I liked what I saw. And I go back to that quote from Ben Johnson back in training camp. What is the number one thing you're looking for in your offensive tackles when they had that left tackle competition at the time? Whoever we think can pass protect on an island the best, that's the guy we're going to roll with. Ozzie Trapillo is a better pass protector than Theo Benedict. I think Ozzie should be the starter. Okay, he also sounded off, as did Vic Fangio, on Ben Johnson. We'll get to Ben's comments on the Eagles defensive coordinator first here, and then we'll get to what Vic said about Ben. I think those comments were yesterday when Vic spoke to the media. Here's from Ben again, talking about the former Bears head coach. He's like the godfather in a lot of ways. He's influenced the game significantly. I've never worked with Vic, but a lot of respect from afar, obviously. And then the people who have worked with him speak so highly of how he calls a game, and he's usually a step ahead of the opposing play caller. Now, this was after Vic Fangio had these comments on Ben Johnson. He said, it's a great scheme. They do a great job of calling the game, mixing it up, marrying up their run game and their pass game. They're highly ranked in a lot of areas, and I don't think it's any accident. They've got really good players, and it's a great scheme and a great play caller. Ben does a great job of mixing it up. They package things well together. They play multiple personnel groups, and they're under center a good bit. Probably more than most teams in the league. Kudos to him and his staff for bringing that young quarterback along who I don't think ever played under center in college. He's doing a great job, and they have fought through any of the pitfalls of it now, and they've got a quarterback that is executing their offense the way they want to. This is going to be a fun chess match. I mean, we all know Vic from his time in Chicago. That 2018 defense was unbelievable. Obviously, he didn't work out as a head coach in Denver, but as a defensive coordinator, he's as good as it gets. He's one of the best in the NFL, and as an offensive play caller, Ben Johnson is one of the best in the NFL. But kind of like Ben said, Vic's the godfather in a sense, just his persona, how long he's been around. So I'm fascinated to see those two duke it out as play callers this upcoming Friday. And then lastly, and we'll kind of transition this into the injury report, what's going on with Jaylon Johnson and Kyler Gordon, their injury statuses this week? How does that shake out as we sit here on Wednesday? Ben said this, quote, we've got a plan in place for them, and we're really on the right track with what we're hoping to get done with them, so we'll know soon enough. Well, coming up next, I'll give my thoughts. Do Jaylon and Kyler play? How does another potential injury in the secondary impact that decision? And then what does the overall injury report look like for both teams? But first, do got to tell you guys about our awesome sponsor, new sponsor alert here at Chat Sports and on Bears Now. That is Cash App. Download the Cash App today. The holidays are here, and it's all about finding the perfect gift this time of year, but not every deal is actually what it seems. Scammers are getting more creative to trick people into sharing their payment info through methods like fake shopping sites and giveaways that are too good to be true. Luckily, Cash App's 24/7 fraud monitoring helps detect and alert you for unusual card activity should someone gain access to your card. So you can act fast if something seems off. Also, you can unlock or lock your Cash App card instantly right in the app for extra control and peace of mind. Stay one step ahead of scams this season and keep your money secure with Cash App. Give yourself some peace of mind this holiday season and download Cash App today. For a limited time only, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real, just download Cash App, use our exclusive referral code SECURE10 in your profile, send $5 to a friend within 14 days. You'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners, prepaid debit cards, and issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Promotions provided by Cash App, a Blocking Corporation brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. Okay, let's take a look at the Bears injury report now. Same DNPs as yesterday's estimations. Luke Newman with the foot. I guess he got banged up in that game when he entered the ball game for Jonah Jackson. TJ Edwards still with that hand and hamstring. Don't think he's playing this week. Noah Sewell with the elbow. I would guess he's out as well, as is Ruben Hippolyte. And with Tremaine Edmonds on IR, that's 4 linebackers. Tyreek Stevenson with that hip. More on him in the secondary in a minute. And then Dominique Robinson in the concussion protocol. Don't think he's going to make that quick turnaround here. That likely means at linebacker, DeMarco Jackson and Eamon Ogbongbemiga again. They stepped up to the plate last week. Linebackers 4 and 6 to combine for 29 tackles. It's kind of been the story of this team this year. Different guys stepping up when called upon, and they're going to have to do it again this week. The good news is the Eagles' offensive line isn't as good as last year, and they haven't run the ball as effectively with Saquon Barkley. Now, a new player popped on the injury report today. Gervon Dexter was listed as limited with a hand injury. And remember, this has happened a few times this year where on the first injury report of the week, which was yesterday, no mention of Gervon Dexter. And then the next day, he's listed as limited, this time with the hand injury. So what does that mean? That means almost certainly he got banged up today. Now, it's not a groin or a hamstring or something like that, so it's not a soft tissue injury, but did he break a finger in his hand? Is there a wrist issue going on? So keep an eye on that. It sounds like something happened at practice today. We'll see if he does anything tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably just going to be a walkthrough, so today was kind of the real big day, but we'll see what the designations are tomorrow. Okay, the full participants, all these guys should be good to go, at least the top 3. Theo Benedict, who missed last week with the quad, he should be ready to roll. Again, we'll see if it's him or Ozzie Trapillo who starts. Travis Homer, who missed last week with that knee hamstring issue, he should be good and will likely serve as your third running back with Roschon Johnson on IR. Kyle Monangai with the knee, he's good to go. And then again, Kyler Gordon, Jaylon Johnson, full participants, did not play last week, still on short-term IR. They can be activated at any moment. That decision's got to be made by tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central, I believe. So here's my prediction on what they do at corner this week. I think Jaylon Johnson for sure returns. He starts opposite of Nashawn Wright, who's having a great year. And I think they sit Tyreek Stevenson in terms of I think he'll be out. I think they're going to give him a week off. He's been banged up with injuries, has not practiced this week with the hip. So I don't think he'll play. Jaylon and Nashawn Wright are your 2 starting outside corners. And then I think Kyler gets activated as well, but that's more of a slower ramp up. I think he'll have a limited role, be on a snap count with C.J. Gardner-Johnson still playing primarily at the nickel. They'll give Kyler some snaps, but I don't think it'll be a full-time role. That's my prediction. Remember, if they do activate Jaylon and or Kyler, they will have to make corresponding roster moves on the 53, so we'll see who they cut / decide to put on injured reserve if someone's banged up. Okay, who returns this week? If you think it's Jaylon Johnson, type JJ. If you think it's Kyler Gordon, type KG. Or if you think it's both, type B for both. I think both return, but I think Jaylon will be in a full-time role, and I think Kyler Gordon's more on a pitch count. That would be my guess. Okay, we'll shift to Philadelphia's injury situation now as we wrap things up. Devonta Smith, is he going to be out? Did not practice yesterday. That was more of a walkthrough. But today, their first and probably only full practice of the week, also was not out there. He's been dealing with a shoulder and chest injury. He was labeled with a illness as well. So is it more of the illness or is it more of the injury? But we'll have to wait and see. He is a tough player. This would obviously be somewhat notable, right? I mean, the Eagles' passing attack has been a little spotty this year, obviously with the conservative nature, but Devonta Smith still has over 750 yards. I mean, he's a very capable player, can go for 100 yards in a game any given Sunday, this time of Friday, obviously. This would be a notable loss for Philly if he can't go. If we were playing this game Sunday, I think he'd be ready to roll, but with the game on a short week, quick turnaround, less than 48 hours away, it sounds like there's a pretty decent chance he's going to be out. And if he is, it's A.J. Brown and a bunch of not-so-great players. Jahan Dotson hasn't done much this year. Their depth pieces at receiver aren't that great. So A.J. and Dallas Goedert would be the two main weapons you'd have to worry about in the passing game. Lane Johnson also did not practice. He's not going to play. He's dealing with that foot issue. Xavier Gibson, more of a returner, dealing with the shoulder. And then Andrew Mukuba, who has a leg/ankle fracture. He's not playing either. He did not practice. Saquon Barkley limited again today. He's been kind of battling through a groin thing. I do wonder if that's why he's felt a little sluggish in games recently. I talked to Chase Sr., our Eagles host. He said he's been dealing with this for a few weeks now, so keep an eye on that. Landon Dickerson at left guard, dealing with the knee, but he's been playing through that. Reed Blankenship, Vic Fangio said he expects him to play, but he's not 100%. Neither is the veteran Brandon Graham, who's dealing with the groin. And then Willie Lampkin, Miles Hinton, a couple of backup offensive linemen. They were full participants today, so those depth pieces should be good to go. All right, we're less than 2 days away from kickoff on Black Friday. Drop those score predictions down in the comment section below. Bears, Eagles, who wins? What is the final score going to be? Let us know what you guys think. My name is Harrison Graham. We will have our joint preview with Chase Sr. up on the channel tomorrow morning. Happy Thanksgiving before that triple header gets rolling, including Lions-Packers. So we'll get that episode up for you guys for a little pregame viewing, and then enjoy your Thanksgiving food, family, all that stuff. Happy holidays. We'll see you guys soon.